Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to whoever, wherever you are. I'm Drake, and I am sorry for all the random stops. My life has been kind of hectic recently. Well, it's personal issue, so it's not. Well, I'm not gonna talk about it because I feel frustrated just thinking about it. So, I think I'm gonna move my streams for now. Well, I'm gonna verbally move it for now from like 6 to 8 ish. I mean, from now to 2 hours later. Because I don't know everybody's local time, and I'd rather just say from now to like 2 hours later. That fits more, you know? Where's that? Near the adventure good. Anyway, so I'm continuing with the main quest again. I end up having no time to do my side quests because, well, I'm a dummy and I thought I had time. I don't. So that's my regret. Anyway. Sorry, my throat's kind of itchy suddenly. I swear I haven't gone out recently.
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ulda, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident.
Hmm.
There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ulda is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life. To an Uldan, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence. So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Uldan way of thinking, they may as well not exist. Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry. The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions. It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence. That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Honestly, that's what we get for waiting until the end. It really is. It's expected that tensions will eventually boil over. Ah. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Reborn has to say upon the matter. Sure, Albino. Flames was Hall of Flames was Hall of Flames. Where is the Hall? Ooh, I'm up. Okay, wait, no, I need this. I need to travel through the internet first. Reborn. No, it's not a good time, Jackass. My hands are cold dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Elvino, back on your feet already. You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remained throughout Danon. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably elusive. I can well imagine, given that the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, and not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny that tensions between the Odon citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Dolmens were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this power keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. The general is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the monasterist would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and his sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies might stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Dragius. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I've no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. You believe too much in said silver tongue that I don't think exists. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Give me a second. Okay. Silver tongue your head. You look as though you have something to say, Dragius, do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The Brass Blades have reported suspicious activities in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. Lost Hope. Where's that again? I swear I've heard about it. There. I see. I don't know why Gil has started Gil Aether transportation has started to lose its expensiveness? I don't know how I'm supposed to word this from what I'm talking about. I lost track of my own words quite a while ago. I'm guessing to the two of them. Amal Berga and Leo Frey. And what brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well then, you've come to the right place. Ah, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. Merchant? I didn't expect them to send me, Dragius. I take it this means someone has read my report. The refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I'm increasingly concerned that Zawaka's suspicions are correct. You have the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind, speak with Zawaka. He'll explain everything. Zaza what? Please, no more tongue-twisting names. My tongue can only hold so much twisting. Ah! Don't hurt me! I'm not one of them! I beg your pardon? You're not a flame? I see. If Leo Frick you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. God be praised for that. Because we haven't a moment to waste. Everybody knows the flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that frantic spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Not one of our idealists has returned, however. The madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you'll understand why. Even now, he babbles incoherently. So traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. No, that guy's all about the flower. Wait, are you telling me he lost his brain to the point he just wants to kill flowers or something? No, no, no. This guy. What are you doing? Don't, don't draw. Don't draw! Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here with me. You saw me. Why? Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? There. Who are you? What do you want? It's true. I followed the merchant and made the gods drag me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When he asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. They split us in two groups, sent us off on our own. But when the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing, and then fighting, and then everyone's fighting, and the flames are shouting to give them the quarter, and oh god, it's the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Well, in a sense, it is your own fault. I get that you sent them, but you have to agree. There's no place for you here already, so you should find a different place if possible. I mean, I get that it's hard. I really do. But sometimes you have no choice. You have to endure it a bit. Try and find a new place. In worst case scenario type. You know? The other refugees are hiding in the caves south of Lost Hope, but to approach them will be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen to reasons. Why, the twins may even be deigned to do the deed themselves. A pox on all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to the merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, and that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though, if they were forced to confront reality. That's it! Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that even the strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Where are they again? Jeez. Take the right trick. Ah, I know where you are. Oh god. Let me take my mount. Fly. I'm lazy. Not here. There is something here. Wait, is it on top actually though? Where? I swear there's a path somewhere here. Yeah, it's here. Where are they? Where the heck are they? Jeez. Not here. Someone help me with this quest actually though. How do I get to them? Down there? Where are they? Where are they? It's in this weird cave. Oh, it is. Wait, what? Seven hells! They found us! I'm grabbing gear and make for the rendezvous point! So that's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Yeah, wreck you. We can take him. Nope, you can't. You should never come here. Please shut up and listen to me. You wanna do shit? I am majorly annoyed at the moment. Yeah, like listen. Tell Mighty, what are we gonna do now? Jefferson, did you find my brethren? One of the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice. Rather than a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else could he be? Unless... Unless you want the stone's throw to recruit others? Uh-oh. The merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but was waiting until the flames withdraw their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in this pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must be endured before it ends? Find him. Convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. But, jeez, he really just rammed it here. Where is he? Stone's Throw. I see. Okay, reach. I'm not flying higher again. Uh-oh. What now? Being my parents. Told me to stay here with the others. They say they'll be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Oda. The man said they were going to change everything. Make it so we could live inside the world with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? The man who left my parents? But I don't know where he... Wait, look! Over there! I think that's him! Well now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? You... I... He's getting away! Go get him, mister! Oh, duh. Oh, I'm going to get beat. No, well, I won't beat you, per se. But I will make you remember that what you're doing is wrong. Footgill. Are you really that horrible that you do everything for Gil? You again? Why are you pursuing me? Sedition? Treason? Revolution? That's preposterous! Let's fill your heads with these lies. Refugees. The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Oda. Ha! You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I will not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to take me. Really? For the sake of argument, let's say that I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I gave a churn's arse about politics? It was business. Only business. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I will tell you everything. What's all this commotion? Something else. How the others spread out in such area? The killer may still be close. Hold, adventurer. I will know all about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading to his death. The man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you're not the one whom we seek. You may carry on with your investigation, Cyan. What news, Drakius? Where's the merchant? Murdered? Damn it all, Isabel. He was not simply murdered, Drakius. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of this riots than we realize. Not fast enough. Oh, that's the Flame General left word with you that we have word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you return. We wish to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed that you will waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. I need to learn how to speak. You have no idea how worried I am right now. It just feels like, oh, hi. I'm just looking because I don't have the money for this shit. As in, I don't have the token and whatever freaking hell I am. I do? When? No, but when? I don't recall. I don't recall getting. Oh, that's his look. No, how do you? Ooh, I like that. I do like that. Ooh, how do I get more of this? I'm having a very bad feeling right now. I don't know why. But I'm feeling highly uncomfortable. Like something is going to happen. And I'm not prepared for whatever is going to happen. That's the problem. My gut feeling is telling me something is going to happen and I will not be prepared for it. And I do not like that feeling. I really don't. We've been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. I'm worried, I don't know why, and I don't like that. I don't know why I'm
Commander
worried.
Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Oh, I can't do that,
Despite
boys.
our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room.
Of course.
The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters. It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Oh no.
Teleji Adeleji.
He
But
sounds.
he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may,
I didn't realize
we are
that someone
still
was in chat
allies.
actually.
Therefore,
Sorry about that.
in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance,
But hey,
we
I
have
hope you
reached
like
an
what you saw.
agreement.
I don't know. I'm trying to read up things.
Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations.
Ooh.
A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
That does not sound good. That really doesn't.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean Alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
Ouch.
By inciting the less
And
fortunate to
then,
violence,
no wonder I had
he
this
hopes
unease
to convince
feeling.
others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Pardon?
An Oligon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated. Oligon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cotonou Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
Power enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
So, basically, he's just another power-hungry megalomaniac.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
I sincerely wish someone would just make new magics, you know? Like magic that freaking helps to, I'll say, magics to, how do I phrase myself? Well, magics to block out sound. I wanted to phrase it nicer, but well, I guess this is the best I can do at the moment. But yeah, I kind of wish there's like a magic to basically block out sounds from other people. Sorry, I'm trying to bring something up right now on my desktop. Ah, there it is. I was like, what? I should be glad to know. Oops. How long do you think that they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the science? That they've even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It will be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. Fortunately, you are well prepared to do so, Private Facilian. Pray keep us informed of any developments in Cotonou. Yeah, I get you. Be gone, Rob. This is no place for children. Hmm? What's she doing here? You said you were looking for the mail of my parents. You know this girl? So he was at Stone's Throw as well. I see. Find the man where my parents are. They were not, I'm afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. You help me look, mister? Of course, but first, I need to finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there? We require you by the moment. Mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take her to Quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do. A Legion of Guardians and 8-star Primal. Even dealing with an assassin would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. We rush hit her and yawn in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources. And ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Dragus, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Tower with all due haste. The situation in Talswood has taken a turn for the worst. I'll explain it to you once you arrive. The Talswood? Then the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed. I've received no report of exile activity, which leaves... the Sylphs? Go, Drakius. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I'm more than capable of protecting myself. I keep forgetting to launch the restream chat box so that I'll at least get informed of someone appearing in my chat. Dang it. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's a lesson learned. Let me just log into it first so that I can do as I said. Let's move over last time. What the? No, I do not want to see Angel. I might log in a bit. Not now. It seems that I have to wait for my advisors to work. My password manager is highly unresponsive at the moment. Really? What the? Yo. Okay, it's up now. Like, separately up. So if anybody sends a chat message, hopefully I can catch it in time.
It was a relief to see you healthy and Dracula's. The latest news from Oda was most disturbing. Really, the only injury of no suffer was to his ego. The doublets will heal in long. The other science will need to be present for this meeting. If you're ready to begin, I will summon them now.
Yes, I am. More issues. Yay.
Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured that I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then. I've received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that Silk may have called forth their revered guardian, the primal Rama.
I'm sorry, may have?
Then it is not certain. The other seats here informed us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Eleven's return to the forest. The Sylph lands, however, display no signs of undue commotion.
Forgive me, antecedent, but the fact that did not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Rama is reputed to act only in the defense of his children.
Then the abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the touched ones and their movements?
If preparations for a summoning ritual were underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice.
Right then, I was pretty sure it was gonna happen, just not that soon.
I beg your pardon?
You foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it. I told Pablimo. I suppose I could have reported things to Memphilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do as a wait and see.
You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around their territory.
They already summoned Rama once, right after the calamity, but that was because the Guardians came tramping through the forest.
And so long as Castrum Orient stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have the guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers into the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Oda drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. Ugh. It's like that themselves perceive this panicked migration as yet another invasion, and quickened their effort to summon their god. I'm both in mind of Titan and the kobolds. Once again, it is the affair of men which have paved the way for Primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eorza would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. Be that as it may, this regrettable development doesn't afford us a unique opportunity. Drakius, through your dealings with the sylphs of Le Soleil, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gardania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with your patron deity? If Rama can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. How do I convince a primal? A fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can't. Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Rama's presence. The elder Sith here has requested your personal involvement, Drakius. I reported Commander Hilog at the Ada's Nest as soon as you're able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for a peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Science will of course lend you whatever support you require. Oh, time to go to Ada's Nest. The plot thickens, and I'm nowhere near Heaven's Ward yet. Wait, no, what is it called again? Not Heaven's Ward? Right, I'm still in around Reborn. Private Facilian, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal is ever cause for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snap on this trap. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The elder seer, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial, skills may better serve our cause. I'll leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray make your way to Noctica's altar. The conjurer and attendants will admit you to the Lotus Den. Sure, my dear. Commander Regai? I ain't an army man. I don't know the terms of an army. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. But I've never been good at remembering things like ranks and stuff. I have tried to remember once, just so that I can, you know, speak more easy about it in game terms, but, well, I'm bad at that, so I gave up. Honestly, I just gave up. So, let me do something to chat. I should probably put the chat on top, shouldn't I? Is there a way to pin the chat on top? Reshare Mario. Always on top. Yeah, that's fine then. Let me just show it one corner of my screen. Y'all won't see it. Don't worry.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelves Wood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided. Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations. The Twelves Wood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples. You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest.
That omen blows through everywhere.
It is not only the Twelves Wood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
I'm being suspected of murder. I'm just kidding. I mean, am I? I'm sure someone will probably try and twist that tail and say, oh, he murdered someone because the arrow must be from him or something. Probably claiming that I'm trying to silence someone. At least that's my feeling of the whole situation at this point. Where is the low souls? What on that? Hello. Where do I go? There's this.
I sort of expect you. I understand that you go to treat with the
primal Brahma himself, an unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. What? I've been told that your fellow Scients are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location of where the Lord of Levin may be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return their findings. Well, I guess. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scients finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. What?
This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched one summoned Lord Rama.
Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow Scients?
It'll be this one's pleasure, Walking One. Please come with this one.
Sure. Fly away, my good friend. Maxio. Where is Maxio? Where are you, Maxio?
Wise ones have ventured deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for the touched ones.
Then can you please not run? I just need to reach there, right? Somehow, something.
Small story, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Rama, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. And so this one must say farewell for now. Walking ones will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. And go in safety, Walking One.
Then why are you flying into that direction? Jeez. So it's actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment, I thought we were dealing with one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear, with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Vistola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up.
That is quite enough, Papalimo.
My apologies. It's not like me to ramble so. At any rate, as I was saying, I finished measuring Adric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I've reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Rama was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Adrite. Come, Drakus, the Lord of Levin awaits. Whee! Excuse you, I do not walk, I fly. Okay, that's just like exaggeration, but still. No wonder it's a cutscene. Jeez.
Tynora betrays thee, servant of hiding.
Yes, I would like to talk if possible.
Thou art the bringer of light, bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
I'm not
I
your
am
slave.
Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, bringer of light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
Well,
Redanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult. Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest not for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other. Thy conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man. Whence sprung this calamitous seed? In the beginning no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born? It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking? Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges. That they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye. But there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial. If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee. Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment. Come to me.
time to fight. Well, it's a primal. Even the most reasonable one needs to fight.
Urianger, it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramuh, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Sure, I guess. As long as it doesn't affect my eyes. To the point I can fight properly. Shit. One, two, please. Let me guess. There's two wasn't up. I actually have to play. Well, I guess you're all here waiting with me. Then. Ooh, I hope my leg doesn't go haywire. I'm honestly being in Asia, but I'm connecting to an Australian server, Oceania server. So I'm a bit worried, honestly. While that happens, let me just do something else. Fun fact, I'm using my own stream as a basis of what's happening in the game at the moment. I have two monitors. Problem being, I have two monitors. But the other problem being, I don't seem to know how to use my own mouses anymore. Oh, somebody joined. Interesting. What else do I do to get more people to join? Another Byron scripture pure. Yeah. Huh, a full party all of a sudden. And I just launched a game. Oh no. Hi Rama. Oh lord, it's loud, my ears hurt. I too am watching this cutscene. Heal, focus on. Oh god. What? Ah, fuck it, yeah. Jesus. Ow. That hurt. I'm bad at controlling on the freaking keyboard. Mine is too on the freaking keyboard actually. Oh shit, run, run! Yeah, judgment. That kind of scary. What? Ooh. Oh, fucking. I really like this music, not gonna lie. Okay, I guess. Ah! Shit, y'all left before I can do anything.
And I judge thee a worthy champion. The task of excising the sin that hath taken root in man's heart is thine.
Thank you. Actually.
Shrink not from employing thy strength in service to the forest and the wider realm beyond. Like hungering shadows do the enemies of harmony gather, and meekness will but feed them. If man is to be delivered from the dark, it shall be by thy guiding light alone. Stray not from the path, for if thou dost, thy people shall be truly lost.
Thou hast slain the Lord of Levin. A regrettable act, but a necessary one. In witnessing thy struggle, a truth hath been revealed unto me. If I mistake not, it may yet prove a chink in the eternal armor of the Ascians. But let us conclude our present business. I shall expound upon my findings at the Rising Stones anon.
Yeah. What is? Oh. What is that? Is that actually a mountain? Because that's interesting, if that is a mountain. Uh, we're back. Well. Hmm? Give me the shortest moment to do something, please. Thank you. Thank you. I think I'm done. It's just for my personal use. I'm doing some setting up something. No, but then thought about like the SD card and stuff. Like how there's like so many names for SD card nowadays. And so many specs that I just kind of get annoyed thinking about it. Well, anyway. So as I was saying about this whole SD card thing, I didn't even realize there was a SDUC now. Like, it's not even in the news or anywhere I can find a safe product because, well, nobody has invented a higher than 2 TB SD card anyway, so obviously there's no, but still, I would think they'd make a bigger fuss about it. In any case, I actually can't wait for that. If only to throw it on my Nintendo Switch,
You
maybe?
are
Like
returned
up to
to us,
SD.
dear friend, and none the worse for
XC
bearing the
2
heavy
TB.
burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this. I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell? Ramuh made trial of you? I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without. It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Cartano, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all. Eorzea must be as one, yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done. Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth. Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Well, that was something. What am I supposed to speak to him? Oh, he's just there. Problemo. Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Dracius? I'd hoped Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless, I can only admire the adroitness with which he responded to the Primal's sudden challenge. And it seems that Orientra too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Dracius? Shall we gather back at the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Oh my.
Welcome back, Drake, yes? What if your momentous encounter with Laura Monk precedes you? I would think, sharing news of my own, that Orange's discovery must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Eleven, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the science immortality. Let us assemble and discuss his observation together.
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the Waking Sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus. Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence. In the moments prior to Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension. The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this transfiguration have proven most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior. Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn,
Ooh, pretty.
the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated.
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
Which brings us on to the third group, the so-called immortals. They exist in a manner all their own.
quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan. If we could entrap the spirits of defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection...
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady. Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Beg pardon, antecedent, but I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Cyclops, not a god. The matter of Rama has, at present, been put to rest. There is something I would show you, Dracius. Let me change my voice again. It is a letter of thanks, signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging Zion's tireless service to the realm. It mentions in particular the names of all the different primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogulmok, XII, Leviathan, and now Reborn. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to face them all. Although those words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all that you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, and Eorzea is that much the safer for your presence. They do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Assassins may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without the encouragement, you may be assured that man would foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals, too, will return to plague us again and again and again. And yet, despite all of this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace, we owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in so doing. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are. Continue? Now blessed. Of the sylphs of Lil Solis, who wish naught of conflict. Of the Ahamegans and Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there's Sid and the Fellowship of Noah, racing to unlock the mysteries of ancient allies that we might be spared the horror of another ultimate weapon. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Assassins, and combat it we shall. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming at the setting. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust they will not inconvenience you unduly by absent myself for a time. Who? Is that a girl or a boy? I don't know, that's why I use a weird voice. Alphino, I take it the troubles in Oda no longer require attention? There are yet some rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. 'Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning the new organization we discussed. I have a message from him from Ella. You recall the refugee girl? the one whose parents were missing. They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you.
My Alphino, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. I guess you may have been away from Revenant's Hall for some time now, I believe. May I suggest that you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town?
How did you know? And I don't mean the real too.
It reminds me, one of the Dorman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yosen was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him with a visit?
Give me a moment to rest, like the game says. Yep, reaching the 2-hour expected part for today. Don't worry. There's always tomorrow with Persona 5 Royal. Of course, I'm gonna mod that game, by the way, just so you know. Since I've played the original before, the mods are not like super affecting the gameplay like at all, but it does. The mods I think I'll be using are probably along the lines of game fixes, how to say. So like for Persona 5 Royal, I'll do the Futaba hair consistency patch.
Look, it's Stratus! He came back from his adventures! We heard you all find primals, and that they're some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally found our very own Doman adventurous guild to protect all the Domans. Oh, do you think you could train us today, mister? Maybe you could show us how you fight the primals.
What's all this commotion then? What's all this commotion then? Oh,
Mr. Bone and Mr. Coltonet, did you know that Mr. Dracus is back?
So it would seem. Welcome home. My companion and I but recently became full members of the Science, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I'm known as Hoary Boulder, and this bookish fellow is Coltonet. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the art of combat. That's good though. I'm happy about that.
I told you, Mr. Boulder, we're not younglings anymore, we're adventurers! And we were just asking Miss Dracus if he could give us some training. I think I already heard the monsters alongside him, don't you?
Well, you've certainly been in religion with your trails, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. I get what he means, I really do. I have a counter proposal. What if I were to cross swords with Drakius? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Ori, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I'd say you are merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. I ain't no legend. Well, mayhaps I am, but what matters the motives when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? What say you? Would you consent to spar with me? I honestly don't mind. Where's the tournament? Come on, everyone, we must prepare our gear for an outing. My voice. Do try not to disappoint then. Have faith. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make this a worthy contest. The fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. I very much look forward to our bout. And that's it for today. So just to give you a heads up, for those who actually bother watching this, so the mods I'll add to the game is basically some things I want to change about the game, like the Futaba hair consistency, because the color of the hair doesn't really match the portrait that well. I get that it's more realistic, but hey, if you're gonna go all out on the hair color, might as well change it to look vibrant orange. There's also a what's that called? Original font? Yeah. So some of the text boxes might look funny. And you know how the oil text suddenly now has a fade in of red before it fades into the black and red? Yeah, I don't have seizures. So that's a bit of a warning for whoever's watching my stream. But yeah, I've removed that. And then there's the Ambush BGM expansion, which is basically a mod that allows the game to load more songs. I'd say like, oh yeah, the outfits, like how Takeover and Last Surprise. For the main outfits, yeah, this adds those to the rest of the Persona series specific outfits. And then there's the Royal Custom Skills add-on, which will add an actual skill tree for Arson. Please, thank you. I actually want to use Arson for the rest of the... I also did the colorful pack, which basically adds colors to the Persona characters. Like, you know how Strikers, the opening has like, I mean the main menu has like all of them like color coded. Yeah, this adds that to the game. And then there's also the texture fixes, which fix a bit of the textures, the small mistakes. And then and for other things, it will be more of a classroom cheat sheet, because you know the actual game, like on proper PS4, has the network, which basically tells you the answer anyway. So yeah, there's no difference. This just does that, but for the PC, since for some reason we're not allowed the same thing on PC. I'm debating if I want to keep the confidant cheat sheet, because right now I'm having a full-on custom modded version that I'm playing actually. So yeah, wait, how do I switch? Whoops, give me a moment. Let me just switch back to well, I don't have a chat screen. Well, so I'll just talk here. I'll try and remember to add a chat screen in the future. Confident cheat sheet. You know, I'm lazy at this point. Give me a moment. Yeah, but that's about it. Why does it want to save? Yeah. Yeah, so I'll leave y'all off at that. I might chat about it again before I actually play tomorrow, but for now, see ya. Have a good morning, afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are, and remember, life is all just a game at this point to me. Bye.